Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Emmanuel Health Education, Health and Wellness Cooking Series with Chef Leo, yours truly. I'm so excited to start this process. Seriously, it's been a labor of love to create this cookbook for Emmanuel Health, and it just opened a lot of doors for me. I have learned so much. After I retired in 2020 from 30 plus years of being in the kitchen, I spent the first year watching CNN all day. So I finally said, I got to do something for myself. And being a part of this organization, this nonprofit, has given me a purpose in life. And it's a very personal thing because I lost a brother to complications with prostate cancer. So it resonates very dearly in my heart. And it's opened a new career for me as a cookbook author. I have learned to generate recipes and use different platforms for self-publishing. And I'm proud to say that I've published several cookbooks up to date, and I love working on it. It's such a rewarding thing. It's what I love to do, and now I'm able to share it with the world. So it's a beautiful thing. So today we are cooking what's the dish that's on the cover of the cookbook. It's a salmon salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, radishes, barley, feta cheese, avocado, and we're also going to do some grilled lemons to give it a little citrus, smoky flavor to it. And we're going to dress it with a balsamic vinaigrette. So we have all our ingredients here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the ingredients because has a lot of benefits for our health. The greens are rich in vitamins A, C, and K. They're high in fiber for digestive health and packed with antioxidants. The barley, which is a super grain, is a complete protein containing all essential amino acids, high in fiber, aiding in digestion again. The avocado is loaded with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, high in potassium, beneficial for blood pressure, which I'm guilty of. Contains various vitamins, including E, K, C, and B complex. The tomatoes are an excellent source of vitamin C and other antioxidants. And it contains lycopene, which is it's a great benefit for prostate health. Cucumbers are loaded with water. When they're very low in calories, they have hydrating properties, and they're rich in vitamins K, C, and minerals like potassium, and they're delicious. And the little radishes, they're low in calories, great in flavor, they pack a lot of punch, contain antioxidants and various vitamins, including vitamin C and folate. And the feta cheese has protein and calcium, moderately high in B vitamins, and has a lot of flavor. That flavor is really, really, really good. And then, of course, our main ingredient is going to be the salmon, which is a superfood. It's one of those foods that everybody recommends. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, but I know a lot about food. And I know the salmon is really, really good for you. And we're going to grill it today. Salmon is rich in vitamins D, B12, and B6, as well as minerals like selenium and phosphorus. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon are beneficial for cognitive function and may help reduce the risk of age-related cognitive decline. And it's also good for your joints because it's an anti-inflammatory, and for your skin health because of the hydration that it provides. So we've got a little bit of prep to do here. So I'm going to turn on this little grill to get us started. And it won't, there you go. Now it's lit. So we've got all our ingredients here. Now, these are microgreens. It's a blend of different lettuces. But personally, I find them a little soft. So I like to cut it with a little bit of romaine, which has a lot of texture, a lot of flavor, and you get that blend of textures, which is very important when you cook, to have different textures on the plate, as well as different colors. It's very important because you know that everybody eats with their eyes. Everybody. That's why you don't recommend to go to to a supermarket when you're hungry, because you know you're going to buy everything in sight. So I'm going to get my trusted French knife or chef's knife. This is the most common tool in the kitchen when it comes to knives, and it's really handy. And one of the things that I like to share with people when I'm doing demonstrations is how to handle properly a knife. Most people grab it like this, with a whole fist. Well, that has some restrictions because, as you can see, it's limited in mobility. But if you use your thumb and your first finger to grab the blade of the knife and three fingers to grab the heel, then you get a lot more mobility. It's a lot easier. Plus, it's safer to handle a knife this way because you don't cut yourself. So we're going to cut a little bit of romaine and start getting the salad mixed. You hear that crunch? That's delicious. Did you guys know that the Caesar salad was not invented in Italy? It was invented in Tijuana, Mexico. Yeah, at the Hotel Caesar. That's why it's called Caesar salad. And it was done when it was very common to do tableside dining, like shrimp scampis and all that good stuff. This was hearts of romaine with a Parmesan dressing, and they would do it tableside. So that's how it became famous. It's called the Caesar salad after the Hotel Caesar. The same thing with Alfredo sauce. It was invented in a restaurant called Alfredo's in Rome. That's what it's called, fettuccine Alfredo. All right, so we're going to give this a little turn. And I'm going to put it on hold for now. Before I start the alarm, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Now, got here some coho salmon, which is very nice, very delicious. I'm going to use a little bit of spray, just so it won't stick to the grill. I'm going to do both sides. Now, for a salmon piece this big, I would say that it was going to take about 3 minutes on each side. Here's this one. About 3 minutes on each side. Now, I like to give it some nice grill marks, just very, very appealing to have a little crisscross. Very nice. This is my little home grill. It's made by Le Creuset, the pot maker. It's very handy, very, very handy because you just do it on a stove top, and you don't get the bad stuff that you get when you use a charcoal grill, when the smoke is going up from the coals. You don't. I mean, we're here just getting radiant heat from below. Let's turn this around. You know, sizzling. All that is goodness. All that is goodness. Well, when we cook the salmon, I'm going to start preparing some of the vegetables. These little grape tomatoes, they're delicious. When I started off in the kitchen, there wasn't a thing like grape tomatoes. There were cherry tomatoes and big tomatoes, and that was it. See, look at that. Nice, huh? Now, to know when the salmon is fully cooked, there's a way of knowing. We're going to start seeing some white particles coming out. That's the fat from the salmon that's coagulating. So that's when you know that the salmon is ready. Let me change my glove here. I don't know what I do, but I always tear my gloves. Guess I got big hands. Come on, cooperate. Getting there, getting there. We'll turn the salmon again. See, this is what I'm talking about. That white part, that's the fat of the salmon. So that's a telltale sign that the salmon is getting ready. Or you can use a pocket thermometer to let you know when the temperature is adequate. For fish, you want to do at least 135. For raw meat, you want to do 165 because of the fact that it's been exposed to the air. Now, the difference between grilling a steak and grilling a burger, the steak has only been in contact with the air on the outside. The ground beef has been in contact with the air everywhere. So if I do it, let's see, I got 88 degrees, 102 degrees. So it's getting there. It's getting there. We'll give it one more turn. See how that fat's coming out? That tells you that it's done. We'll move back to the plate. All right, well, let's continue with the chopping of the vegetables. So we've got little grape tomatoes that we're just going to cut in half. Nowadays, there's all kinds of varieties of tomatoes that are delicious. There's pear tomatoes, which I've never heard of until a few years ago, that are very flavorful as well. They're small. And the thing about tomatoes is you don't want to refrigerate them because if you refrigerate them, you dull out the flavor. You want to keep them out in the room temperature to get the best flavor out of them. There's just a. Then we got some cucumber. I like to use English cucumbers. The seeds are very small, so it makes it very easy to eat and to cut. Because with the other cucumbers, sometimes you open them and there's a big, huge seeds, and I hate that. The way to know that the cucumber is not going to be too seedy is to feel that it has ribs on the outside and it's dark green. Because if it's soft or with no ridges, that means it's almost ripened. And a ripe cucumber is yellow in color. Yeah, so when you start seeing the ends being yellow, that means that cucumber is going to be seedy. Yeah, so you want to buy the ones that have ribs. So we'll cut these little cucumbers in half and then in half, and then we'll slice them to make them nice bite-sized pieces. And we'll do one more. One more cucumber, and then we'll move on to the next item, which is going to be the grilling the lemons. Like I was saying, by grilling the lemons, we're going to get a nice smoky a nice little smoke note to the citrus of the lemon, which can be really nice. Here's a sizzle. Isn't that nice? All right. And then we got some radishes. We're going to slice them thin. Thin little radishes. So, such a great flavor, I use radishes a lot when I'm cooking. I like to make tuna just raw tuna, and mix it with cucumbers, radishes, a little bit of red onion, and then a little bit of soy sauce and some sesame oil. It is so good. And you eat it with chips. So it's nice. It's a great appetizer. And we got some barley today that I purposely left a little bit undercooked, so we'll have a little bit of a bite to it. Again, you want to have different textures on your food, so it's not all the same. It's textures and colors are very important. And we got the avocados. Nice avocados. Now, avocados are tricky because you find them in the store either mushy or hard as a rock. They're never at the right point. So what I do is I buy them hard, and if I want to eat them within 2 days, I leave them outside. If not, I put them in the refrigerator, and they'll get soft in about 4 or 5 days. So it's a good because like I said, it's impossible to find a good avocado in the supermarket. Now to get rid of the seed, whack it with a knife, and out it goes. All right, so we're going to do this here. Give it the lemon a little turn to get those grill marks. Can you guys smell the citrus? It's very nice, isn't it? All right. So far, so good? Excellent. Well, let's start assembling our dinner plates. This is a really, really flavorful salad. And it's good as a light entree, as a very nice lunch. So we'll put some greens on the plate as a base. Nice colors. Now, if you wanted to, you could use also tofu for the instead of the salmon, if you want to have something vegetarian or vegan, actually, without the cheese. A little bit more on this plate. Okay. So now we're going to take some of the cucumbers and the tomatoes and arrange them nicely on the plate. When you're plating a food, you want to have a visual point. So the center should always be at the height. You work from the center and out. And you want to have a balanced plate. You want to have a plate doesn't have any what we call negative space, which is an empty section of the plate. We try to avoid that. So we have a balance on the plate. Let's see, we're going to need one more tomato. Okay. So we've got tomatoes. Now we're going to get our cucumbers on the plate, and we'll do it opposite of the tomatoes to create that balance that we were talking about. And we're going to garnish with a little bit of a radish on the top to get that nice color. We need a couple more slices here. All right. So we got some radishes. Now we're going to take the lemon with the nice grill marks and put it again, to make sure that we have a balanced plate all around. Nice, isn't it? All right, so now we're going to take the avocados And we're going to scoop them out with a spoon. And we're going to slice them lengthwise. And then you kind of pull them to the side. And again, in the quarters. See, nice fanned out? Yeah, this is very appetizing, you know? Yeah, great ingredients, great flavors, great company. And we'll fan them out. I'm a big fan of avocados. I love avocados. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm from Mexico. And when I was growing up, there was a ice cream store that had all kinds of tropical fruits that they made their ice cream with. And they had a really good ice cream, believe it or not, made with avocado. Avocado. And when you think about it, it makes sense because avocados are sweet and creamy. So they had avocado ice cream, which is really nice. All right, so we'll do a knife trick again. You know, easy, slice out. And we'll scoop it out. Okay. We'll fan this one out. And one more avocado, and then we'll move on to the finishing touches, which will be the barley, the feta cheese, and of course the salmon. And then we'll dress our salad. And then we'll say bon appetit. All right. So we got that. We'll put a little bit of this barley on top. See how nice it looks? Again, colors and textures, you know, that's and flavors, of course. And some of this delicious feta cheese. All right, and then the finishing touch, we're going to do the salmon. Now, I don't know if Dr. Pearson brought a copy of the book, because I didn't. But if you see the cover of the cookbook, it's this exact same dish. So now we're going to. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Look familiar? Now we're going to whisk a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And some extra virgin olive oil. Now, extra virgin olive oil takes its name because it's the first pressing of the olive pit. And after that, there's like 2 and 3 different pressings, so it starts getting less and less fruity and lighter. So I always recommend extra virgin olive oil. So we'll just drizzle a little bit of the dressing on top. And last but not least, a little bit of salt and pepper. It's nifty because it's 2-in-1. And there it is. Bon appetit. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is our website. We're going to feature in our website monthly recipes that are different from the ones that are in the cookbook, but they are in the exact same format. So that way it can be like an add-on to the cookbook. So you start collecting recipes. And there's also going to be food and wellness articles to help us, learn about ingredients, about vitamins, minerals, lifestyle, all that good stuff.
In terms of food types, because in my class I talk about nutrition, and one of the things on the book is how he talked about how the body can only divide 11, so you therefore have to divide the other 9 out of the food that you consume. And of course, we know that amino acids are like the building blocks of protein, right? And so we need to have a sufficient amount of protein on a daily basis. But when you share about how volumes, which I want to make that another one of my food items.
It's really good too. It's delicious.
Yeah, that's very. This is awesome, man. Not only was it beautiful, but it was.
Thank you.